Hi, Bob here from Silver Fox Fitness. And the question today is, why do seniors need to practice getting down on the floor? The answer is simple. There are certain exercises that you really can't do correctly unless you're down on the floor. Now you might argue, no, well, I can do those, but maybe on a physiotherapy bed, something raised a little bit. Possibly. Or I could do those in my bed. Possibly. But if you want the most benefit of the exercise, you want to do it down on a hard surface like the floor. Now, yes, you can use a mat when you're down there, but you need to practice getting down on the floor so you can do these exercises. I'm going to give you 6 examples of really wonderful, great exercises for your health that need to be done on the floor. You decide what you're going to do about that. The first exercise is called get down, roll over, and get up. We can't do the exercises on the floor unless you can get down on the floor. If you can't, do them in your bed. Otherwise, before you get to the floor, make sure you get yourself a little towel that you can roll up and use under your neck for support. So we'll put that down on the floor. And then if you need to use some kind of a stool or the edge of a couch or something to sit on, that brings you closer to the floor, right? And then if you put your hands on the floor and maybe one knee and then put your hip down, you could get down that way. Or, notice I'm getting back up the reverse to the way I went down. Or, if you can, just stand up, put your legs apart, hinge so you're folded or hinged, your hands are heading toward the floor, then bend your legs and the knees until you can touch the floor. And then put your hands down on the floor, and then one knee, and then your hip, and you're down. To get up, it's the reverse. Once you're down there, make sure you got room here. Move the little stool or whatever you need to move, and roll up your towel. Okay? Now you got this just in case you need it. But now we're down, we have to get down, roll over. So I'll either get on my stomach or on my back, and I'll roll over onto the other side. And then get myself into a seated position again with my arms and my legs, and then get back up. Okay? Well, if I need my stool, it's here. If I need my couch, it's there. Otherwise, get on your hands and knees, legs apart, curl your toes. That's it. Get down there on the feet. Your legs are bent. You're looking at the floor. Straighten your legs until you're in the folded position, and then just slowly stand back up. Let's get down, roll over, and get up. Exercise number 2 is called the back arch. Great for posture, great for balance, great for just overall mobility. Couldn't be a better exercise. It's working from your low back to the top of your head. Okay? So we want to lie down on our tummy with our body stretched flat out. So here we go. All right. There we go. So our feet are shoulder width apart, everything's touching from the chest down to the tip of my toes. And now I'm going to take my arms and put them behind me and place my hands on my bum. When I'm ready, I'm going to lift my head off the floor as high as I can go and hold it there. Notice my head is in neutral. I'm not bringing my chin down or up. And then rest. Breathe in through your nose. As you exhale, lift your body up. Head first. And down. Try it again. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Lift it up. And down. I think I'll get up on my forearms. That wasn't easy. I noticed I didn't get up very far. From my belly down to the tip of my toes, I'm glued to the floor. I'm just trying to bring my upper body up a little bit, put pressure on my low back. That's the idea. Notice now I'm resting with my elbows below my shoulders. I'm resting on my forearms. And I'm doing a little back arch. Notice how my upper body is up a little bit, my lower body is stuck to the floor. That's a back arch. So this is maybe the first way you should do it, and then when you want to give it a try after your back gets stronger and your core muscles deep inside your body are really working well, you will be able to put your arms straight out beside you and place your hands on your bum, and then try it. Okay, and you might want to do this, 2 or 3 times, 3 or 4 times, whatever you want, every time you work out. Well, exercise number 3 is called the bridge. Yes, you can do the bridge standing up against the wall. Yes, you can use a chair or a bench, but you'll get the most benefit from the bridge if you do it lying on the floor. It's meant to strengthen your bum or your buttocks, your glutes. You need those to walk, you need those to run, you need those big bums to climb stairs, down or up. You need them to support your low back, and you need them so you can stand up and not fall over, and you need them to protect your knees. Wow. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put our little towel down. That's for our neck. We're going to get on the floor. That wasn't too hard coming from the steps. Lie on my back. Put the towel underneath my neck. Right there. Keeps my head in neutral. Good work. Notice my legs are bent. My feet are flat. My arms are at my side. My goal is to get my hips up so they're in line with my shoulders and my knees. See? Shoulders, knees. I need my hips up here. Let me move my feet in a little bit. Lift my hips. Lift my hips. Good. Now my knees and my hips and my shoulders are in a nice straight line. And I'm doing the bridge. How am I keeping my hips up nice and high? Squeezing my big bum muscles. And you just hold it there, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then slowly bring your hips down. Relax. Take that deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, lift up your hips. Once you get up there, you run out of breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And very slowly lower your hips back down to the floor. Do that several times. Some people like to get even more for the exercise effort. So they keep one foot flat on the floor and the other one lifted up. As you lift your body up, hold it there and slowly bring it back down. Let's try it on the other side. Lift it up, hold it there, slowly bring it down. Repeat as many times as you have energy for, and you won't regret it. Stuart McGill is the most famous back doctor, PhD doctor in the world. He worked his whole life on figuring out how to keep the back healthy. He came up with many exercises and lots of advice for all those physiotherapists who work with people who need help. But he definitely stressed 3 exercises that will keep your spine really healthy and all the core muscles that are involved. The first one I'm going to show you, exercise number 4, is called the McGill curl up, or the modified curl up. You might think, I don't see any curling going on. Well, that's what he called it. You're going to lie on your back, put your neck on that towel there. One leg is going to be bent with the foot flat on the floor. The other leg is going to be straight. And then you're going to lift your head and shoulders just a little tiny bit straight up. The rest of your body's not going to move. People try to lift their legs when they lift their head and their shoulders a little bit. Wrong. It looks like you're doing nothing. It almost feels like nothing's happening. But lots of things are happening around your core with your transverse abdominis core muscle. So here we go. Let's try it again. Let's put our head down so that the towel is underneath the neck. Keeps the head in neutral. I'm going to bend one leg, put my foot flat, arms at my side, keep the other leg straight, point my toes straight up. When I'm ready, I lift my head and my shoulders just a little bit off the floor. I'm not leaning back. I'm not pushing my chin down, trying to look at my body. Nope. When I'm ready, I just lift my head and my shoulders straight up toward the sky a little tiny bit. Breathing comfortably the whole time. If you want to coordinate the inhale and the exhale with whether you lift up or come back down, that's up to you. I'm going to switch sides. One leg's bent, foot flat, the other leg is straight, toe pointing straight up, arms are at rest at my side, and when I'm ready, I'm going to lift my head straight up. My shoulders come up a little bit, and down I go. Now another mistake, other than trying to do something with your legs, which you don't have to do, a lot of people, when they lift their head up and their shoulders a little bit, they push their low back into the floor. We don't want that to happen either. We want to maintain that natural curve in our spine the whole time. So I like to put my hands underneath there so that the arch is still an arch. Some people even slide a little towel under there. But here I go. When I'm ready, switch legs. Lift just my head and my shoulders a little tiny bit. Trying to breathe naturally the whole time. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Down I go. Switch. Remember, the legs don't move. Up goes the head and the shoulders just a little tiny bit. And down you go. When you've had enough reps for the day, you stop. The McGill curl up. Really important for your spine. Number 5, we're going to do the side plank. I'm sure you've heard of a plank before. It's kind of like the beginning of a push-up. Except this time we're going to lie on our side with our legs stacked on top of each other, straight out. Let me move it a little bit more so you can see my feet. Yep, there they are. They're stacked. Legs are stacked. I'm resting on my forearm with my elbow right below my shoulder. So I'm not out like this. I'm not in like this. Right there. Elbow, shoulder, straight up and down. I'm resting on my bony hips. Knees are piled on top of one another. Feet are piled on top of one another. Now, the biggest mistake people make is that they either bring their legs forward and their hips back, or they bring their legs back or bent and their hips forward. Just keep everything in a nice straight line right down here. And just breathe normally, in through the nose and out through the mouth, and hold it here. Do it as many times as you want. Maybe like 10 seconds hold, and maybe 2 or 3 or 4 breaths. If you feel like making it harder, you can lift one leg up. If you want to make it harder than that, take that straight leg that's up and push it back, leading with the heel. Otherwise, just stack them and breathe in and breathe out. Okay? If that's too hard, you could go all the way down. Right, my arms are just underneath my head. I'm sort of lying here, but trying to get on my side, because it's a side plank. Shoulders lined up with hips, lined up with knees and feet. Not forward, not back, right on the side, okay? And don't forget, you have two sides to your body, so you got to do the other side too. The side plank, exercise number 5. It looks easy. A lot of people make mistakes when they do it. They don't know exactly what they're supposed to do with their body, but it's a marvelous exercise for your spine and your core muscles that work with it. I'm still down here. Last exercise coming up, number 6. Another Stuart McGill favorite. You've heard of the bird dog? I'm sure you have. A lot of people do it standing up, seated, but the best place is right on that ground, on that floor. So you get in your hands and knees, the table position. So my palms are holding me there, fingers spread. My knees and my feet are holding me here. Okay, everything is shoulder width apart. My head's in neutral, relaxed, looking straight down. When I'm ready, I take one leg, how about the one closest to you, and I straighten it out behind me and put my toe on the floor. Now, when I do something with that leg, this hip comes up a little bit, so it's not flat on top of my back. So I have to straighten the leg and then lower it a little bit so it's square. Some people like to take a little paper cup with a little bit of water in it, get somebody to set it on their back there, or they do it themselves, and then when they slowly move the leg straight, placing the toe on the floor, the water won't spill. If it spills, your hip is too high on that side. And you don't want it high, so don't forget to square up your back. If you want to make it a little harder, you can take the opposite arm, slide it out. My fingers are still going to touch the floor, but slide it out. If you want to make that even harder, lift your hand or your arm up and your leg up and hold it there. And breathe comfortably throughout. Let's try the other side. I'll just change my position so you can see a little bit better. Maybe back up. Okay, so when I'm ready, everything's square and flat on top. I'm in neutral with the head. I'm going to slide that foot back. See, it's back there. Toes on the floor. See it? Straight back. Okay, I can handle that. Can I take my arm up too? Well, I got it off the ground. Maybe I should just slide it up. How about lift it up? Maybe lift the leg up. See, the leg's up. Am I still square on the back? Did the little cup of water spill already? You have to decide, where are you? Are you just right here in position 1? Maybe with just one arm out here, position 2? Or maybe one leg out, position 2? Okay, maybe one arm out and up. Maybe one leg out and up a little bit. Has the water spilled? Lots to think about. It's the bird dog. If you can't remember, look it up on YouTube. Bird dog exercise. Lots of people will show you how to do it. But make sure you give it a whirl, because it works all kinds of wonderful things for your spine and your whole body so that you will be strong. Have fun, good luck, stay with it. Comments are appreciated. Hit the subscribe button for me. That motivates me to do more for you. And until next time, you can get up now.